Here we go, here we go. Welcome to the Marion Garner Show. While I sit up late, here we are. Now, today we're going to get into it. And today is about no finance, no romance. There used to be a saying with the older folks. How do it go? No finance, no. Romance with no finance is a damn nuisance. Yo, that's like back in the day from Rudy Ray Moore or whatever it is. I remember that line from the Big Daddy Kane joint, Pimpin' Ain't Easy. Well, I think that's what it was. Kane used to be like one of my favorite rappers back in the day, growing up as a teenager. Well, actually, as a child. By the time I turned a teenager, it was pretty much heading into the 50 Cent era. But anyway, let's stick to the subject at hand. Oh man, what a day, what a day, what a day. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. And the mighty falls each and every day. So what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think about the subject when it comes to a man being able to enjoy the things that a man should, even though he may not be working, may be jobless, may not be really stringing along respectable income? How you guys feel about that? I don't know what the heck had happened, but oh my goodness. I just got out of bed and it's like every time I talk I feel something in my jaw here. But I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that I slept with my fists all in my face, so I'm sure that's it. Alright though. So this is what this is about. Yesterday me and my wife was watching Divorce Court. You know, that's a 24-hour replay. Couple channels on Pluto, or even if you got LG or what's the other app? Oh my goodness, can't think of the other app. I think it goes like IMBP or something like that. But anyway, nowadays Divorce Court plays like 24/7, man, no matter. So anytime, there it is. So my favorite one is with Judge Lynn Tyler, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. And a lot of funny episodes, man. But one in particular made me do this today. And that one was where it was this guy. He pretty much, I think they was in like a 12-year relationship. In a 12-year relationship, he only worked a total of 2 years. So if you combine all the weeks, as the lady was claiming, it would amount to 2 years and 12 years. And it was her that was bringing home, as she said, bringing home the bacon, providing, being a provider. And she had a child before he, and had children after with him. But she was the breadwinner. It was verified that by both of them that he would do some of the cooking, do some of the cleaning, and help take care of the kids. But there was one particular issue with their complaints in here in the divorce court. And the man was complaining. They each had their complaints. I think the girl complaint was just that he wanted him to get a job, basically, because that went over and over and over and over. And I think everybody can understand that. But his particular issue that he took with her was that he doesn't get satisfied in the bedroom. And when he wants it, she doesn't. She said, well, I'm always tired because I always got to work. And if I don't spend all these hours working, then we have nothing at all. We out on the street. So, so that's pretty much what I want to get into, and discuss how this should be looked at. I mean, to me, it's quite obvious, but some other people might see particularly a little different. Yeah, and you see that blowing up over there? That's my goals for 2022. Every year now, by January and February, I write out my goals for the end of the year, and see just how many I can attain. Don't expect anything to be 100%, but if I could get just half, then I'm well on my way to being that much more successful for the next year to come. But what do you guys think? Should a man be able to receive sex when he wants and how he wants if he's not working? Now, everything is situational. It doesn't have to pertain to my particular situation or anyone else's. But in general, all situations are different. So we're going to stick with the average couples that we know, we see in the world. We're not going to talk about celebrities or anything like that. So, sticking with the world of reality that the majority of human beings live in. We know that it's expected for a man to be the provider and a woman to be the nurturer. But what happens when those roles are changed around, switched around? Is the same respect there, or should it be? From my outlook on it, when the roles are reversed, almost always the female, the lady woman, is going to have less respect or less regard for the man versus if the roles were the way God intended. So, situational. Now, if you're in a situation where the man has always worked but lost his job and y'all fall on hard times and you have to get out there and work and maintain paying the bills and everything while he's out looking for more work, nothing wrong with that at all. That's more than reasonable. He hasn't moved out of his position willingly. That's like being moved out of your position for a moment, but you still are due to respect regardless. You do the same respect for when you were working than when you're not working. So that's situational. That's what I mean by situational. What about if it's already set up that the man is the home taker, he cares for the home, and the woman go out and work her full-time hours, while he, what do they call that these days? Stay-at-home dad. If he's a stay-at-home dad, I mean, he's working, because women will tell you any day of the week that being a stay-at-home mom, being a housewife, is a job in itself, and one of the most stressful and difficult jobs there is. So, doesn't that have to count for the man? If he's a stay-at-home dad, and this is by design, that y'all designed it this way, does he still deserve the respect of a man, as if that man was a provider? I mean, really, man. Can go either way, but depends on who it's coming from. Everybody's not going to look at everything the same way. And that's what it really comes down to. Everyone is going to have their own interpretation. But your own interpretation better have you make the right choice in who you choose. Because if you say one thing, but your actions, and you go out and find something completely opposite of what you say, then the problem lies with you. it's a problem that you cause, not only yourself, but that particular person. Because I'm sure if a man is not working and you say you don't want a man that's not working, but you get involved with him anyway, and then things get serious, and now y'all married, and now you want to go to divorce court because you're saying, Judge, he's not working. He's lazy. He refused to work. But that's on you. You and this man in this episode was the same way when she met him. It's like she thought that because she met him, she's going to somehow change him. They're going to have a couple more extra kids, and he's going to automatically change into this responsible man whom she never seen. I mean, that's wishful thinking, because most of the time it does not work out that way. So, I mean, I really think it's on her. My wife's seen it the other way. I think that is on the man, which I do too. I think both parties are at fault. Me, oh, oh, I'll get her on in a second because she knows better than me. Let me see something. Hey guys. All right, well, this is my awkward moment.
Hey,
Hey, hey.
what's going on?
Hey. Hey, as you can see, I was just talking about the divorce court episode we was watching with Judge Lynn Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you remember he said something about his brandy and his crystal his brandy and something else. What was it?
Yeah, I forgot the other one, but I remember the brand.
Oh, but as soon as he said that, I said, well, those particular drinks are top shelf and they for earners, money earners. And I said, you said that vodka. I said, yeah, that's bottom shelf. That's for people who don't have a job.
So
That's why they drink a bottom shelf.
I said whiskey instead.
Oh, I said whiskey, yeah. So I was saying whiskey and vodka is like bottom shelf. That's when you're just stressing about life because you ain't got no job, Tommy. But that brandy and all, he was talking. Even the judge said it right after. Said that's top shelf. That's for money earners.
Yeah.
You ain't got no job. So
If your check
I'm
is
like,
fat, that's when you
huh?
take. I said, when you bring home fat checks.
Yeah. So that's what that is. But how you feel about the subject? When a man doesn't work and a woman works, should he still be able to receive sex as often as he likes?
Well, it depends. It depends, as in just like in the opposite sex, if the man is working and then you the lady, he said you shouldn't work. So it depends. Maybe the lady earns much higher than the guy, and then instead of her not having enough time to do home chores and all that, she prefer to do the work while the guy stay at home and maybe like take care of the kids, like you said. How do you call
Uh-huh.
them?
Stay at home dad.
Right, right. So if it's switched like that, it all depends on the understanding. But when the situation occurs that the guy just chose not to work at all, he chose not to work, and then he left everything on the shoulders of the lady, of the woman, then that's a very big problem. Because initially we all know that the lady has to be taken care of. Women are supposed to be taken care of by their men. That is how it's written from the beginning. So when things goes upside down, everything just changes. Except you guys, like I said, like unless you guys have an understanding on that. But if not, then it becomes a problem if the guy just choose not to work. First of first of all, there won't be respect. Secondly, you're not even gonna get any you're not gonna get respect from your wife and your kids. If you have kids, they are never gonna respect you. And then don't not to think of having even into being intimate. That's even the worst thing you can think of if you're a man and you're not working. You can't even think of that. Because even those who are working and they're not able to put their wife in a happy mood before that, even have problems. Not to talk of you who are not you are not even working and you still want sex. It's a no. So it brings out a whole lot of problems, a lot of frustrations, and end up being divorced. Like it's surely gonna end up that way.
All right, I'm trying to fix my mic. Don't mind me. Uh, yeah, but if you look at the episode from yesterday that we was watching, she got married to the guy knowing who he was, that he was someone who didn't work at the time, even when she married him. And that's what
Yeah.
the judge was getting on her about.
You
So,
know what? Oh, you go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Okay. With what we watched last night, women when a woman does something for a guy, you should keep it in mind that she's gonna be reminding you of that when she buys you, helps you in building and house, like, or she helps you putting a roof on a building on your house or wherever you guys are living at. She's gonna make sure she takes that when problems come in. Like she's always constantly gonna be mentioning, I did this, I bought this, I did that, because it's not in our nature to take care of men. That's not how it is made. We were made to be taken care of, not to take care of other people. So when you see, she got tired. It got to a point she got tired, and she was like, get a job, do something. I want you to help me." And it ends up with her kid, her son, not also respecting the guy. So that's how it works.
Yeah, the stepson that we seen that got up to talk for a second.
Yeah. So
So, my thing is, why does she not supposed to hold some accountability for choosing that way in the first place? And she had a child to deal with and take care of, but she still decided to choose a man who was not employed, who had no real anything showing in him at that time that he was going to be a man who would go out and put in the work, because she dated him for years and she already admitted that in the entire 12 years she only had a job for combined all the months in 12 years, it would add up to 2 years. So that's saying that in a few years she already dated him, he really didn't work at all. And it continued that way, with a little something here, a little something there, a small job here, a small job here, but never really went out and got a 9 to 5 and tried to build off that into something else. So she chose this man while already having a kid to provide for and put herself in that situation. Now, 12 years later, she want to wind up in divorce court talking about he won't get a job. I mean, whose fault is that really? He is who he is. He showed her who he was. So,
right, right, and that's the mistake most women make. They just get into marriage or get into a relationship having the mindset that, oh, I'm gonna change him. Oh, when once we marry, he's gonna change. He's not gonna do this anymore. Once we marry, he's gonna be a good person, do this and do that. But we all forget that you can't change anyone unless they made up their mind to change. So with her complaining about the guy not working and all that, it's understandable because, like I said, women are not supposed to financially take care of the guy unless you are a sugar mommy and you just need someone to play with or someone to take control, someone to be ordering around like your child. That's how it works. So once you're not working, you're not providing financially, then you should know you're gonna be treated like a child.
mm. So is it her fault or is it not?
It is her fault. She chose that.
Mm.
He chose that. And then the guy got to a point where he said that he also does the domestic chores, like he wash, he cleans, he do the laundry,
Yeah,
he
I
cook.
mentioned that. Yeah.
Exactly. And the judge was like, you home and you have no job. So that should like you helping her out. Like, oh, I'm doing that. So it's that's not how it's supposed to be. And once again, like I said, unless you guys have an understanding or situation, something happened. The guy is always working. He's always providing, but something happened. He can't work anymore, and you, the woman, has to step in and just fill that space. That they both different thing altogether.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
So she blamed for
see,
that.
this happens a lot though. Happened both ways. I don't know if you remember, it was an episode of Fatal Attraction that we watched on TV One, and the guy was working. He had a job. He was the one who fell off the dock when he was loading a truck. He fell
Yeah.
off. His back went out. They got the money. They wound up suing or whatever. Got some suit money, and they moved from New York to Atlanta, Georgia. They bought this big house. The money ran out quickly. Because
Hmm.
people don't. This is how life is. So the money runs out quickly, and the man is no longer able to work like he used to. And later on down the line, he finds out that his wife was having an affair with someone else. I think he was the one who got murdered, or she was. I forget how it went. But what I'm getting at is a lot of these situations happen, whereas you would get a man who always worked, and then something happened, and then the female or the lady, the woman, whatever, the girl, turn her back on him and begin to mistreat him because he's
Yeah.
no longer bringing that paycheck home. See what I'm saying? And
Right.
to me, I think that's pure evil. And
Yeah.
that's a woman who really didn't deserve nothing in the first place. See, that's when people could really be tested. Sometimes people have to really be tested for you to even know who they are. If
Right.
you always have and you have never been without, then it will be really hard to see who has your back and who really appreciate you and everything that you do. Because as long as you have it all, you really don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really only know when you lose that. When you lose that ability to provide like you used to, that's when you truly know who loves you and who is really there to support you. Because that's part of the job of being a woman also, that when things go awry and things are not going well, um, that the woman is supposed to be there to support emotionally, to let him know, you know what, I believe in you. See, that's one of the things that women, well, I think some women do, but today's modern women don't. That if you simply allowed your man to know that you truly believe in him, even when the chips are down and are not going well, but that you still believe in him and you know that he's going to overcome and come out of it. And whatever you need from me, I will give you. We're going to get through this together. Men need that. That's part of the job of being a wife. That's
Right.
why, yeah, that's why you're considered one flesh. You're supposed to move in that way. The two are not supposed to be moving for their own selves and their own selfish reasons. And it's the other way around too. The other situation is it can happen both ways. You got a lot of men who date women because they have a home to stay in and they have a 9 to 5 job, and the man might be working at somewhere that is not perceivable um, to look upon and say that it's something that you could do and take care of a family, like a minimum wage job, maybe stuck in a minimum wage job. But some men will date these sisters. Some of the sisters they might not even be attracted to, but the situation attracts them to the woman. And just like some women date men and get with men because the situation is attractive, not the person. The situation, that situation is driven by income, by, the income stream, the money.
Uh,
But just like some ladies, when that money is out, they're gone. And just like some men, I forget what they call them. There's a word for that. But just like some men who date these women, and the minute the money is gone or their job description changed and they're not making as much money, um, and they're looking for better options. But for these men, as long as they have a roof over their head, that's all they really care about. As long as they come home with a roof over their head and do what they do, they deal with the rest of the stuff. Some men are like that. They just want to be comfortable without putting in the work. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people like that in the world on both sides. But this whole conversation is asking that if the man is not bringing in the financial um, backing in order that the family could be dependent on him, or at least the majority of the finances, do he deserve special favors in the bedroom or favor or bedroom thrills at all?
Like I said, okay, I want you to be specific. Is it that he doesn't work at all? Like he never worked, or situation happens and he has to stay at home and the woman has to do the
No,
provision?
the guy situation from yesterday.
Oh, he doesn't deserve anything. He doesn't deserve anything. You have to make a woman happy.
Huh? Oh, you froze. You froze.
Okay, can you hear me now?
You're froze. Hang up and call back. You're frozen. The picture frozen, so it's going to keep cutting up. All right, there you go. You on?
Okay,
What you were saying?
better.
Yeah.
All right. I was saying that with the guy situation we watched yesterday, last night. As for him, he doesn't deserve anything because for a woman to be in a mood to be intimate with her partner, she has to be happy. She has to she has to get some physical and emotional attraction from. Don't just jump in like whatever. Let's just do it.
Uh,
Those kind of, they are different. But once you're in a relationship with someone, you have to
what's
be
up
in
with
them.
I'm hearing most of you, but what's up with your internet? It's breaking on and out, in and out, and plus it's freezing.
Should I call you back?
Yeah, try. You know, you got that iPhone, so froze again.
Okay.
All right, so basically, I agree that if a man is just not working and he's just sitting around the house and saying that yeah, but I'm taking care of the kids and cooking food, but that wasn't the arrangement from the start, meaning that that relationship you didn't go in with, hey, she's going to work, I'm going to be the stay-at-home dad. If that was not the understanding, then the man should not receive anything, any sexual favors of any sort. So I think this time we're both in agreement. So it feels good.
I'm back.
Yeah. So I said that I'm in agreement with you that the man that what I was saying is that if the man and a woman went into the situation saying that I'm going to be the stay-at-home dad, and she said she's going to go and work because the particular job that she has or whatever allows for that, that's fine. Have no problem with that. But like the situation yesterday, if you don't go into a situation like that, and the man is just saying that I'm staying home, but I'm cooking and I'm taking care of the kids, you don't get a cookie for that because that was not the agreement. You didn't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That wasn't prearranged. That you're doing that because you don't have a job.
Right.
And it's very important that a man has a job, or at least, like I said, in situational circumstances, that even if hard times come and that man lose out on the job, people lose their job every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Thousands upon thousands, tens, millions of people lose their job every day. The thing is, what do you do now? What now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the attitude that you got to look at, the behavior pattern. That if you were a man, he had a job, he lose it, and you never see him get back up and really try hard again, then if you continue on in that relationship, then you deserve everything that you're going to get, all the hardships and the struggles. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
if a man loses his job and y'all fall on hard times, but he's still doing what he can to make a way to y'all get back on your feet, that happens to almost every middle class family in the world, from middle to upper class. Everybody's been through it.
Right.
Everybody's been through it. The people who are able to get through it are the ones who continue to move forward, to push through. Those who give up just don't make it. And but this is a character, these are characteristics that people should look for in each other before they decide to get serious with each other. And that's one of the issues that I have with society today, that mm, that nobody studies and researches the person that they're involved with. They just jump into it and that's that, and expect the best.
Yeah. Like
Go
you
ahead.
said, when a man loses his job, it's something very normal. It's something that it occurs every day, just like you said. But it's very rare when a man lost his job. It affects the home because he is um, paying the bills and all that, so it affects the home. But when a woman loses her job, it doesn't cause much effect. It doesn't cause much effect because everything is not lean on her. It's the man who has that kind of responsibility. So what you were talking about at first, that when something happens and the man loses his job and then the wife start to act in a awkward way, like trying to treat him bad and all that. When women in that situation end up leaving, it never ends well with them
What you
because,
mean?
like I'm saying, when your man loses his job and then you are able to work and you trying to intimidate him because he can't make anything anymore and you are the one providing. So you think you're now the man of the house. You can talk to him anyhow and do all that. And some even end up leaving. I'm saying those
Yeah.
that finally leaves, it never ends well with them because it's very evil. And once you are in a relationship or you are married, you should expect stuff like this. When it hits you, you should embrace it and then just plan a way to get out. That's how it works. You don't just walk away. That's why when most of earning a little bit higher than the man, they start to act in a very how do you call it, unhealthy way, like trying to talk to their man anyhow, because most women can't hold how do you call it, upliftment, like when they are a little bit in a higher position, they trying to show it. Unlike men see that's a normal thing. Most men don't change no matter the situation, but women, when they are in their lower level, they act different. When they are in their
That's
upper
why,
level.
because naturally is not, that's an unnatural state. That's why anything that is in an unnatural state is not going to work well at all. There's not going to be any unison. There's going to be dysfunction, and that's a lot. That's almost every basically like this. Anytime a woman is in that position, it almost always do not work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially see, the only way that I could see that working is if the man has his career, but her career makes more than his, but he's happy in his career, and she understands that's what he's going to do for the remaining of his life as far as work is concerned, and she's already accepted that. So that's one thing. But like you have situations that you have a married couple. Sometimes maybe the guy is the one who's working and the woman is not. Then all of a sudden, because the man is working, it allows the lady or the wife to go back to school, get her degrees and so forth. And now she comes out of school based on what he was able to provide for the home. And now she has this new career path that makes her 2, 3, 4, 5 times more money than he is. And now all of a sudden, things flip.
Right.
You see, a lot of women do this. You will see some women are just so ungrateful. And on the man's side of it, most women should already know when it comes to men, because I'm going to tell you, the only type of men who do this normally are the ones who are already unevenly yoked anyway, physically. And what I mean by that is that you would have these women who would date these men or marry these men, and these men, like Jesse Williams. Take the actor Jesse Williams, for instance, the one with the light eyes or whatever. He's no longer with his wife. I think he's remarried, and I'm not mistaken. He used to work on Grey's Anatomy. Now, if you look at his wife, who he's going through court with all that stuff with, she's not very attractive at all. I'm just saying, what we know about attraction, she's not that attractive, considering who he's looked at to be. You know what I mean? When people look at him, they think, oh, he's dating supermodels. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So she had a career, or has a career, whatever. No, I think she gave her career up after he went and made all that money. Yeah, that's what they're fighting over now. So she had a career. I think she was in real estate. She was successful in real estate, and it allowed him to pursue his career. And he got an acting gig on Grey's Anatomy, so he started making millions and millions of dollars now. So with that said, as soon as he got his opportunity, he was able to dab out on her, and go date the type of supermodels he probably always wanted to date. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I mean, it's more to the story than that. But I'm saying, as an example, that you have some ladies who are not particularly the 9s and 10s or even at 8s of the world, and dating men who would be perceived to be up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to look at it. Well, if I'm below average and this man is well above average, what is it that he wants from me? Most men will only date if they're considered well above average looking, wanted by many women as far as looks. They particularly only date women average or below average if they have something. They have a ulterior motive. You know, a motive beyond just the character or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So we men see that. We see that. We like, oh damn, she must got a couple dollars. But as soon as men get to where they want to be, they're going to step away from that. Because that's not where they really want to be in the first place. But they're going to deal with the situation because it benefits them now. And that's why I say it's harder to see with a woman to a man than it is vice versa. That way it's easy to see. We can see that from afar. But when the man is earning, because most women date men not based on looks, but based on character and what, their ability to provide and protect and so forth. And when they do have these particular men, but now they went to school, got their degrees, and became all big, now they begin to see themselves wanting to be in a new circle of friends,
Right.
that upper echelon of class. And now this man who did it all for them is no longer any good for them. That happens too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just wanted to run it down like that. We not going to go long today, since it's Monday. We just this is just our little warm up. So, but anything else you want to add?
Well. I think if you are a man and then you want to be well respected by your family, especially, and then you want to be treated like the real king that you are, then you have to earn it. You have to prove it. You have to show it. Like one of these comedians said, a man is only loved when he gives something. When he gives something. So that's how it should be. Just get something doing, and then you get all that you want from your wife. Except things are not going that way, like you were working, but things didn't go on that well. That is a different thing altogether. But I think men should try harder and work, like do something. It's not about fat checks. It's about paying bills. It's about being responsible. That's all that matters.
Yeah, responsible don't means you got a expensive car or expensive house. It just means that you're able to provide the necessities that you and your
Yes.
family need to move to the next step. And
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, that comedian said that men are the least loved people on the face of the earth that you were talking about, saying men are the only people on earth that
Oh, you know what?
love comes with conditions.
It was Chris who said that.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
It's like no, but yeah, it might have been him, but I just remember him saying that men are love based off conditions. Your
Right.
children, love them no matter what. Your wife, supposed to love her no matter what. You, mm.
Do something. Do something. Earn it.
Yeah, you gotta earn it every day though. It's like can't come home without having to earn it.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that's why men don't complain when a man is taking care of his family. He don't complain. He doesn't complain at all. Just that he might be tired. He might want a rest or sometimes just be alone. But he wouldn't even say it. He wouldn't show it. But he knows within him. But once a woman is taking
Hmm.
care of, she'll be like, "I'm tired. I did this. I did that. I'm so tired." But you wouldn't ever hear a man complaining too much about it because he knows that's his responsibility. He knows he's the only one who is supposed to do that.
Remember the girl said she was complaining because he asked her to put the mustard and ketchup on his hot dog and bring it to him.
I know.
Oh my goodness. And she wanted to this was a different one. This was a different couple. She wanted to
Yeah,
divorce him.
yeah.
She could, said because he's too demanding, she had to bring the hot dog and put the ketchup and the mustard on it. And then
Yeah,
had the nerve to say she the best woman he'll ever get.
yeah.
I was like,
She's
yeah, it was crazy.
the best woman for him because she has to do everything. She said,
Yeah, the
he,
mama's boy one. The one who was a mama's boy. That's who it was.
he acts like
So
a
he
baby.
did everything. He was working, he did everything, but he stayed over his mama's house too much. That's what
Yeah,
she basically was saying.
yeah.
But he wanted to divorce him because he spent too much time at his mama's house.
Right. Yeah, he spent too much. And we have to talk about those kind of things too. So you figure it out and bring it out so
Yeah,
we
we
can.
figured it out. I'm tired and I'm not feeling too great today anyway. So, but we'll figure it out. We'll talk about it. All right, let's close this up, man. All right.
Okay.
For y'all watching, thank you for watching. Drop your comments here in the description. I'm saying description box. Drop your comments below. And we
Yes.
definitely like to have you on the show. If you're listening, to do so, hit us up on the IG Live or send us a message right here on the YouTube. We thank you, appreciate you. Once again, this is Stephen D. Lyles, and
And Susie Lyles.
this is the Marion Garner Show. One love. We out.